Hello, everyone, and welcome to HowToBet or HowToBet.com podcast. I'm Daryl Sean along with Sean, the Genius Miller. And it is that time, folks. It's time for the big one. Cincinnati Bengals and Los Angeles Rams from SoFi Stadium. Remember, you watching us on YouTube, leave comments, good or bad. You want merchandise, ask us. We'll send it out to you. Also, go a little further down and hit that link to on the description box. Hit the links to the preview. Sean, the Genius Miller's preview, as well as updated odds, injury reports, and exclusive offers to various different sports books around the nation. Sean, it's that time.
Before we start,
yep.
I know we're going to talk about prop bets. You've been very hot
yes.
on the prop bets off the thing.
Yep.
I've been pretty good. If you notice here, I'm going to add a chain here. I'm going to add a chain every time I have a big week. So I've been
hopefully next week you're all weighed down.
I might get one of those Cuban link ones here, but we've been red hot, by the way. So.
Price of gold going up too.
That's right. So that just tells you how hot we've been right there.
That's right. We have been hot. We've been smoked. We had a hell of a year. No matter what happens in this Super Bowl, we have had a hell of a year.
I got to give a quick shout to a little bit to my guy, Josh Inglis, who's with
He's
Covers.
been hot,
Oh,
too.
my
Yeah.
God. This dude is on fire right now, man. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, every bet he picks is on fire.
Yeah, he's on
man.
fire.
My guy, Rick Fortenbaugh.
Ride the heat, baby. Ride the heat.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, it is prop bet time. Everybody loves prop bets in the big game. Listen, a lot of people bet the coin toss. That's a 50-50 proposition, the time of the national anthem. But the in-game prop bets, the most popular one is generally the MVP and an anytime touchdown for a player. In the MVP voting, Sean, who do you like? Who do you like in this MVP? And why? It's generally a quarterback.
Yes, generally a quarterback every once in a while. There is a Super Bowl. There is a person in this game who won an MVP who was not a quarterback. That's Von Miller.
Yes.
When the Broncos just absolutely annihilated Cam Newton. I could see this game playing out like that. So, I don't know if it would be, take a chance with Von Miller.
Aaron Donald's plus 1,600.
Yeah, he's and obviously the best defensive player in the league year in and year out. And I think he's going to have a monster game. But if you're going to give me Cooper Kupp at plus 700, and there's a chance he has 200 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns, I got to take him.
All right, so Cooper Kupp for you. I'll go chalk-ish, although Stafford's the chalk. I'll go Joe Burrow at plus 230. I just think that he's going to have a terrific game. But yeah,
I think
you could go Stafford.
Win,
you could go Stafford at plus 130.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I don't think, I just think if the Rams win, it's not going to be Stafford, because I think if the Bengals win, it's going to be Burrow, because he's going to be the guy. He's going to be running around, like crazy all game and completing passes and stuff like this. I just don't know who else it could be from the Bengals. Maybe Jamar Chase, but
Chase is at plus 1,500.
But for the Rams, Cooper Kupp is their best player. He's the best receiver in the league. I mean, he makes the plays. He catches the ball and makes plays and stuff like that.
Said it before, uncoverable.
Yeah, and I think if Stafford has a big game, Kupp is going to have a big game. So I think you could give it to him, and he's the better player.
It's good value,
and it's better value.
All right, anytime touchdown. Very popular prop bet in the Super Bowl. Who you got?
Cooper Kupp. I mean, I
so
know
you have to pay $190.
Yeah, listen, you probably got to, I'm going to give you another prop later with the Rams. It's $190 minus $190. You probably got to parlay that with something like, I hate laying $190, but he's going to score a touchdown.
Now, I'm going to go with T. Higgins at plus 160. I think it's good value. I could see Chase being shadowed all day long by Rams. I think Higgins could have a good game here. So I'm going to go out, and it's it's a value bet for me at plus 160. I'll take T. Higgins for an anytime touchdown. Now let's get a little deeper in the. We went through 17 pages. 17 pages of prop bets from Caesars Sportsbook. Thank you, Caesars, for keeping me busy.
It's interesting. I wrote, in the story here, when we talk about the prop bet story that I wrote, it's not The reason it's 17 pages is, the Super Bowl is an event. There's parties and there's all these people going to the thing. So, it's people that are watching the game that might not be bettors. It's casual fans. It's, people they're there to watch the commercials or eat the food or stuff like this. So that's why they have, the coin toss and the length of the national anthem and, what color the Gatorade is going to be when it's dumped. Those things are all stuff that has nothing to do with the actual game.
Correct.
But you could still win money on. Like I always, I like the coin toss. I always
first commercial,
bet sales.
first TV
I
commercial.
take sales all
it's
the
an
time.
event. It's become an event.
There's a lot of prop bets for those kind of people to get them interested. But there's also like a lot of prop bets for guys like us who, look through and you're like, man, there's so much stuff to go through. But it's tough. You can't bet. When you talk about bet with your head, not with your heart, you can't go through and bet 40 props because you're going to lose money. You have to find a couple and you have to be really disciplined because if you're going through and you're like, that looks good, because they all look good, you're going to lose a lot of money. You can't, this is the game you have to, if you've been disciplined all year, we talk about all year, find the best game and bet it. You have to do the exact same thing this game.
Absolutely. So, and we have identified as through 17 pages, we've each come up with our top 5 prop bets for the Super Bowl. So, Sean, you go first.
All right. So, I'm going to go Matthew Stafford over 286 passing yards and Cam Akers over 59 rushing yards. You're going to get that at plus 240 on Caesars. So, once again, I think Stafford's going to have a big day. Cooper Kupp could have 286 yards passing, receiving himself. Cam Akers, I think, you're going to be able to run the ball a little bit.
Well, if they have the lead, too, and you seem to expect them to have the lead,
exactly.
Akers then makes sense as well.
Yeah, obviously, I'm going to center a lot of these around Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp over 28.5, longest reception. I just think
that seems too easy, man.
It's
That's
tough
at
because,
minus 110.
Yeah, my over under is the same. So it just it's tough because maybe you don't have one like that. But he catches the ball.
Generally gets free downfield.
He catches the ball at 15 yards and gets free. I mean, he's got to run 14 yards, and he's crossing.
I mean, generally he reads the defense and he's somehow wide open 25 yards down the field.
He's unbelievable. He's just unbelievable.
So that seems too easy. That's a really good bet. That over 28.5 for his longest reception.
Yep.
Third.
I'm going to go with a little bit of a, once again, I said the minus 190 before. Aaron Donald to record a sack at minus 190.
All right, that might seem simple, and I think they're going to probably double team him. So, but and you have to give 190. Where you're like 190 for this, but
parlay it with something, or I wouldn't probably put that together. I would probably parlay that with something.
All right, so Donald to get a sack. Your fourth prop bet.
Matthew Stafford over 279.5 passing yards at minus 125. I just think he's going to have a big game.
All right, and then your fifth and final prop bet from Caesars.
This is, to me, it's a lock. Cooper Kupp over 104.5 receiving yards minus 120. He has 2,400 yards receiving so far in 20 games.
Let's remind everybody there is no such thing as a lock, but
to me. All those props that I'm looking at, and I said I'll bet heads at plus 100, but to me, of all those props, Cooper Kupp over 104.5 would be the one that I would target specifically. That would be my favorite bet.
All right. Well, here's my 5. I'm going to go first with the passing and receiving yards leaders in a game exacta. So this is an exacta. I'll go with Joe Burrow to throw for more yards than Stafford, and I will go Cooper Kupp to have the most receiving yards. So if Burrow throws for more than Stafford and Kupp has the most receiving yards, I will win at plus 400. So I like that one at plus 400. Number 2, I'm going to go with Cincinnati, the outcome on their first drive. I could see them being a little tight early on. I said I don't think Joe Burrow gets tight, but I could see a little nerves and a little conservative type of playing. So I'm going to go a punt in their first drive at minus 122. Generally, Super Bowls start off a little slower as far as teams. It's kind of like a boxing match where the boxers are feeling themselves out the first couple rounds before they open things up. My third prop will be the player to score the first points in the game, and I will go with Matt Gay at plus 375. I think a field goal will be the first, and I could see it being from the Rams, so I'll go with Gay at plus 375. My fourth will be both teams with 35 yards or longer field goals. I think this is, to me, it's a lock. The way these guys kick, Gay and McPherson, I love this. I have to go at minus 120, but I think both will kick field goals 35 yards or longer. And my final one is a value for me. I'm going to take a shot on T. Higgins to score a touchdown and Cincinnati to win the game at plus 450. So they are our prop bets. They're my 5 from the 17 pages at Caesars, and I'm going to put money on each and every one of them.
All right.
Yeah. Again, if you have or think you have a gambling problem, there's help out there, including 1-800-GAMBLER. Bet with your head, not with your heart. You watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. It's always free. It will never, ever, ever cost you a penny to hit that subscribe button, but do it for us. We'd appreciate it. Sean, the prop bets, there are plenty. I know it's a crazy week, and as we say, it's the Super Bowl. People get a little, crazy because it's the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, it's as far as betting purposes go, it's just another game. The money's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just a spectacle, but it's a football game.
It's a football game.
There's going to be some, it's a lot of the same props.
Don't go crazy is what I'm trying to say.
It's a lot of the same props. If you're betting certain things during the regular season, stay with those. If you've been successful betting, Cooper Kupp or whatever, touchdowns, stay with that. So, you can do that. It's just... you can very quickly get wrapped up in this thing, especially with the live betting. And it's just, you have to be, and listen, if you say, look, I want to bet 200 on this game, I want to bet 100, just bet 100, spread it around. You could spread it around with whatever you want. But if you want to bet 50, spread it around, but don't get into the thing. And then all of a sudden it's third quarter here and you spend 300 when you wanted to spend 50.
Exactly. It's at the end of the day, it's just another game of betting. So don't go crazy. When we come back, we're going to break down our picks for the Super Bowl. Will it be the Bengals or the Rams? We'll also give you our over-under predictions on this one, and we'll do it all after this. Watching us and listening to HowToBet at HowToBet.com.
Let's get it.
Get it.